Anthony Mangnall.
Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker, and it's a pleasure to be able to speak in this bill. And if I may start by congratulating the honourable member for Plymouth Moorview. He has been assiduous in helping my constituents with mental health issues, with housing issues, who have been veterans and who are serving currently. And I thank him for everything that he has done. And today it should be a moment for us all to reflect on the hard work that he has put into this bill and into the Armed Forces Covenant to get it where it is, and he should rightly be proud. Now, Mr Deputy Speaker, I am very proud to have in my constituency Britannia Royal Naval College, and I cannot talk enough about it. Last year I was proud enough to be able to attend the passing out parade as ratings and officers for the first time ever were able to graduate as they went off into the Royal Navy. And I thought then, as I think now, about the future that they will have in the armed forces and what they will have when they retire, when they become veterans and they serve in other occupations, and what we must do to be able to support those who so bravely put their lives on the line to protect our borders, to push our interests overseas. And I hope today is an opportunity for us to reflect on the fact that we are matching action with words, that we are delivering on the promise to our armed forces, and that this will be the start of the many promising steps that we can deliver for those who serve our country. Now, it is a historic moment, as the Minister has already said, and I welcome the fact that within this bill it updates the Armed Forces Act of 2006, and I welcome the fact that it pays an update to the service justice system and ensuring a fair and effective route to justice. But I would specifically like to pay attention to the Armed Forces Covenant, which, as I've already said, has been championed so well by the Minister, as in Clause 8, not just because we have a duty to those servicemen and not just because a focus group tells us to be patriotic, but that this is the right thing for us to do. I come from a military family. My uncle served in the Welsh Guards. My father was a green jacket for his entire career. I understand what it is like to be in a military family, the requirement to move at the last minute, the onerous stresses of the job that go with it, and the impact that that can place on a family. So to see this bill focus and deliver on the defence transition services to help people move from the military into the private sector, to provide the flexibility for reservists, to recognise the need to support our veterans and servicemen in education, healthcare and through employment. These are all steps that we should rightly be proud of. But we must also recognise that this is a job that will never be finished. It will always require this House and members from across this House to work together to be able to find ways in which we can improve housing, in which we can address the mental health issues that are so likely to come from conflict and from crises. These are all welcome steps, but we must learn from now that we must improve the access to mental health care. With a rural constituency, Mr Deputy Speaker, I know how hard it is for veterans to often get access to mental health services. And so it is particularly welcome to see that the government's Head Fit scheme that was launched last year in April has had such a positive impact, and that the 800 GPs practices are now being recognised as veteran-friendly. I hope that that is something we are going to see delivered again and again and again and improved upon, and that the Minister might come back to the House to be able to update on the progress of these things. Mr Deputy Speaker, not just our determination to create, it isn't just our determination to create the best armed forces in the world, but it is to provide the support from joining the service to serving in the service and to their careers afterwards. We have that duty. I welcome the steps that the Minister has put forward in this bill, and I welcome this bill overall. Thank you.